It's time to start Dishin Days with your hosts, Tony Moore, Michael Mattis, Justin Lee Hareld, and Araceli Aviles. And now, let's dish. Why, hello, everyone. Welcome to Dishin Days, where we're serving up a full dish of this week's episodes of Peacock's exclusive #1 award-winning hit soap opera, Days of Our Lives. If you haven't already, make sure you like us and follow us on all social media platforms. We are Dishin Days Show on Facebook and Dishin Days on Instagram, Twitter, X, and Threads. Also, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button. That way you'll never miss when we're going live or when we have posted some wonderful content for you to check out. Oh, and don't be afraid. Share this with your friends, your neighbors, your exes, your family members, your grandma, your grandpa, whoever you think will enjoy a bit of Salem shenanigans. Let them know that we're all here for it. Also, if you need to take us on join our membership. Our exclusive members only page is exclusive for you for $4.99 a month. Make sure you check that out. Hit the join button on our YouTube channel and get some wonderful content, including a deep dive into all things days with Those Were the Days Extended, brought to you by Justin Lee Hareld, or maybe some friendly advice for some well-known Salemites, brought to you by our cool Thea, Ms. Araceli Aviles, or maybe some other days content featuring some of your favorite Days of Our Lives cast. Go ahead and join for $4.99 a month, and also join us virtually whenever we get together to talk about some other stunt shows and shenanigans that are happening in Salem. Join our exclusive members page now, if you haven't already. And make sure you listen to the welcome video, because most people will join and not do that, even though it says, listen to me first. It happens. Also, everyone, if you need to take us with you on a long car ride, if you're stuck in traffic, or if you're at home cleaning your house and you would rather listen to us than watch us, make sure you find us on Apple Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. That's where you can find us on your favorite podcast station, where we'll be dishing some days for you. Now, if you want to show some love to my favorite chocolate twin and our former co-host, Mr. James Lott Jr. is serving up a few shenanigans of his own over at JLJ Media on YouTube and where all podcasts can be found. Make sure you check out his recap of Young and the Restless, Bold and the Beautiful, General Hospital, and the latest Beyond the Gates, all on JLJ Media. So go show him some love, and hey, make sure you tell him that the folks at Dishin Days sent you, because James is the oldest person I know, period. Oh my gosh, this looks planned. Me and Michael are in black, and then y'all are in like neutral
gray,
tones.
purples, whatever. Yeah.
Thank you, Joyce Flint, for becoming one of our new members. We appreciate you. Yeah, Joyce, make sure you go watch the welcome video and follow those instructions. All right. Sorry for the delay, everybody. I have a job. And I was just getting off work, and I was like, guess who's on his way? Me. And so here we are. What did we think of this week's episodes of Days?
Liked it. Some movement, finally, and some things.
Yeah, I thought it was a solid week.
Y'all say that every week. It was all right. It was okay.
You say that every week. Yeah.
Do you want that? Okay, if the Horton Town Square explodes, then will you be satisfied, Tony?
Sure, it will give us something to talk about.
Didn't they do that already? Didn't the town explode already? One of the times Jack died.
Which one?
Yeah, it did. Right, it did.
With the explosion underneath. Yeah.
Hi,
Look,
Mom. Thank
the
you.
world.
Finally.
Hi, Mama Moore.
Roll
Yes, we are
Tide.
doing good.
She's an Alabama fan. If you don't know, now you do.
Yes. Look, the world is exploding. I don't need
Okay.
Salem to explode. I just need Salem to be Salem.
If Salem is a rockin', don't come a knocking. Well, speaking of a rockin' Salem, let's talk about it, shall we? Let's take a deeper dive into what happened this week. It's now time for our favorite part of the show where we try to say this together because we're virtual. It is now time. Oh, and also where I try to show.
Back it up. Back it up. There you go.
It is now.
Back it
Start.
up. You got it. You got it. Dishin Days.
Dishin Days.
I think I'm rubbing off on Michael Mattis, where you just when something reminds you of a song, you just do it.
Burst into song. Break into song, as my dad likes to call it.
Break into song.
Oh God, they're gonna break into song when we're watching something.
And they usually do.
They do that.
Well, speaking of breaking into song, let's kick things off with our first top storyline, which is "You Are Not the Father." Okay, I was interested in this. Did anybody clock that? Because when Kayla was like, "Yeah, Tate's not the dad," I was like,
Yes, and
Oh,
before
yeah.
you got here, Tony, everybody was in the chat saying like, "I knew it. Aaron's the father. The Dishin Days was wrong," and I'm like, "Okay, guys, we're making a lot of jumps from A to B to C right now. Okay, first she's got to rerun the DNA test." And then we'll go from there. Okay. There's lots of possibilities of what's going on here. We don't know yet.
"What are the possibilities, Araceli? What do you think they are?"
The possibility is that our audience could be right. Aaron could have been the father from the beginning. I fully admit that that's a possibility. Somebody like Melinda could have gotten wind that Brady was running a DNA test and did a switcheroo. She's been known to do it before. She could have arranged to do it again.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a few possibilities.
Yeah,
We just have to kind of wait a little bit.
Because I can tell you who didn't do it.
Tate.
Sophia.
Ooh.
Because she is sloppy.
P.
Oh, I said, ma'am,
Yep.
if you're going to be petty, girl, at least be good at it.
No.
Yeah.
And this is another case of someone thinking they're good at being, dastardly and villainous, and you just ain't. It's a teenage female Leishan. You're just not good at it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw out the possibility it's not her baby either. I think there's some other possibility. I think I agree. I think Aaron could be a father. That's a possibility. I think the possibility that this isn't her baby. I think a possibility is that someone else is the father. Unfortunately, if you
Someone
think what I'm
other
thinking,
than Aaron?
yeah,
Also a possibility.
yeah, and not in a good way. If you catch my drift, I don't want to say it.
Yeah, there's unfortunately.
you get what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, there's unfortunately quite a few possibilities.
That'd be a turn.
I think
Yeah,
some more
that's
like
why I'm thinking it's not
some
that.
more likely than others. It's yeah, we gotta wait this one out, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not sold on
I'm kind
the
of
jump.
I'm at this point with this story and the baby, I'm gonna try to not make any guesses and just see how it plays out, because there are lots of possibilities of what's going on. And yeah, I'm just gonna wait and see. And the reason someone asked why Holly rolled up in scrubs is because her clothes her clothes were too dirty or whatever, right? They
From
gave her
the
smoky.
fire. Yeah.
They were smoky.
They were
Yeah.
smoky, so they gave her scrubs
Yeah.
at the hospital, and that's why she showed up back at the dorm with scrubs on.
Yeah, no, but Dylan was like, well, maybe Holly would change the results. I don't think there was enough time for that. She's not at the top of my list for people who would have changed the results. But like I said, anything is possible right now. So let's just wait and see.
But it's definitely an Easter egg to be like, huh? So kudos to that. Because
I think, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh,
I
see. I will say this. My hope is that they do take a turn that shocks us all.
Yeah.
That all the scenarios that we're possibly thinking, and it's something just completely different.
Yeah.
And we clutch our pearls over it.
Yeah.
I would love for that to happen. For
me, I think making Aaron the father now seems a little lazy. I know originally we suspected that, and then they had that scene that sort of debunked that. And now to like redo it again and make him the father seems a little lazy for me. So I'm hoping he's not the father. I'm hoping that it is, like Tony said, something a little bit more crazier or like a bit more interesting that will sort of not wipe the slate clean, but will clean up a lot of this, because the storyline has gotten really out there. Like there's so many different people involved now. There's so many different factors and layers to it that it's getting so not outlandish, but it's I don't know. It's
off
reaching
the rails.
Too far. Yeah.
Off the rails, and a lot of that is because of Sophia's behavior.
Yeah, and this week with that story, there was a little bit of whiplash because it all seemed to happen very quickly. With like, all of a sudden the dorm room was on fire. Then all of a sudden she was being rescued. Then all of a sudden she's in the hospital, and then Sophia's off doing her shit with the phone and everything. And it was a lot to absorb with that storyline this week. They were just all over the place.
Yeah. Especially when you're not supposed to have candles in a college dorm.
Yeah.
But also,
and I don't know if it was just me. Like, I understand that Holly has a past with drugs, a not so great past with drugs, and that, you know, Daniel died because of her father died because of drunk driving. But like, and she honestly, she didn't even drink too much. She was, you know, she didn't realize she had drank as much as she did. But like
remember Sophia poured more.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't Holly. Yeah. Where I'm leading to this very long-windedly is that like the intensity of like that. Oh my gosh, she drank. Like,
yeah.
And I understand that. Yeah, it led to her knocking over a candle. She didn't wake up because she was still a little whatever. It just was a little. I felt the whole. Oh, like we don't want Holly to have a problem. I felt that part of it was a little forced to me. Like a simple conversation, but it was like that whole conversation that like Maggie and Holly had. Like I was like, this is a little intense just for a college kid getting drunk one night. Obviously, it's not good that it led to the fire, like I said. But
I think if it had not led to the fire, it wouldn't have been as intense. Maybe not from Holly's perspective, but I think Holly just was so overwhelmed at that point that she was just like overly apologetic for something that was clearly an accident. And you know, Kayla even said clearly, like it doesn't seem like you had that much to drink. You might be just one of those people whose body chemistry is different. And yes, I'm glad they brought that up, because I don't care how inexperienced you are, no one should be getting drunk off of 2 rum and cokes. So if they
unless
say
you had
no,
0 to eat that day,
even then it's like that's a reach. So then it's like if they explain, oh, like she might just be one of those people whose body chemistry works differently, because there are people who are actually allergic to alcohol, or like the way that their immunity is, it's wacky. It can be different for different people. So if that ends up being the case, okay. I understand the intensity absolutely from Maggie's perspective, of course. And then, you know, if you factor in Brady had to call Nicole, and oh my God, I could only imagine.
They went to like the narrative I was getting was like, oh gosh, we think Holly has a problem.
I didn't get that.
I was like,
no, I didn't get that vibe that Holly had a problem. It was that
not
accidents happen.
That Maggie was acting like it was like, oh, we have to nip this in the bud before, like it's like an emergency. I don't know. Like I said, the urgency and the intensity and the underlying possible narrative that Holly might have a drinking problem now. That's what I got from it.
I don't think she was saying that. I think it was just the intensity of that. This is not the first time that Holly has used substances to kind of gloss over her pain. And, you know, the last time she did that, she ended up in a coma.
True.
Yeah, she was. Go ahead, Justin.
I kind of agree with you. I thought it was a little heavy-handed. The one thing I did like, though, is that they made they at least had Maggie make the distinction when Brady was telling the story, and she said like, "Oh, why didn't Holly react to the alarm or something?" And then so that I think that's what triggered her, like the fact that she couldn't get herself up and save herself because she was drunk. So I think that played a bit into it. But I do agree with you. I think it was a little heavy-handed, but I guess maybe because of that factor, she kind of Maggie sort of leaned into it. But yeah, I thought it was one of those things of like, Jesus, like we get it, like the family has a history with addiction and everything, but also doesn't mean every time you take a sip of something you're automatically an addict or have a problem.
It's no, but I don't think that's what either one of them was saying, because even Brady was like, you know, college kids, they do stupid things to Maggie, but his warning to Tate, I think had an equal amount of, yes, you're the son of two addicts, but also, dude, you're not making smart decisions right now when you're sober.
Can we also just remember that Holly wasn't out partying? The girl was drinking while doing a paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought maybe they referenced that she didn't see who made them, I thought maybe like they would go into like, oh, well, maybe you were unknowingly roofied or something.
That's also a possibility.
I think she also didn't want to implicate Ari, because Ari was the one that brought her the drinks.
Ari was the
heavy-handed culprit.
I don't want to call her a mule, but she was the transport. I did like after saying all that about the Maggie scenes. I did actually think they were very well performed by Ashley and Suzanne. Like Ashley did a great job. Like I was like, oh, she's really crying. Oh,
yeah.
But like I really felt that kind of like relationship, like that kind of relationship where she feels like she let her grandma down, and you know she feels guilty and confused and everything. So I appreciated the scenes for what they were, despite not liking the heavy-handedness, as Justin said.
She's just emotionally overwhelmed right now, and that's okay.
Who? Holly.
But it's like at least she made the smart decision of like, nope, Tate, we're not going back.
Mm-hmm. They're never ever getting
back together. She's the last showgirl. Okay, a couple of things bugged me about this storyline.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, Chanel.
we talked about this before the show.
It almost feels like the Blue Bunny again.
Yeah.
I know that you really want a kid, but she's smarter than this, right?
Yeah.
It's all too convenient that this letter shows up basically saying no, also saying that Johnny is having an inappropriate relationship. Number three, do people who are visiting your home ask to check your phone?
That's what we were saying. Yeah, it's that most likely would not have happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I'm sorry, but when you send a picture to someone, it doesn't just pop up on your phone. No. It's like says message, image, right? Mm-hmm. Like he looked down and there's just a set of boobies. just sitting there, and he's like,
I have a question.
Well-
Before we follow up, I have a question. I have like a tech question about that. If anybody like can pull that up and actually check, because it occurred to me later on that I didn't actually like that moment was so awkward that I didn't actually want to look at the picture. But then I realized, wait a minute, what angle was that picture taken at?
Remember, she took it from the side, but she probably edited it so that it goes the other way.
Okay, all right, because I was like, because in my mind I was like, if she took it like this, that's a little more suspect.
Do you remember when she was taking she did like all kinds of like she did
She
a
did alter the angles,
500
yeah.
image photo shoot.
Yeah.
So
But
she got
the-
every angle.
I just didn't see the one that was sent.
Move the arms. So that
No, my point being that like it would be extremely suspect if like you see those kinds of images, usually selfie taken up, down angle, but there's certain angles that those kinds of photos are taken at. Upside down is not one of them.
I would like to know how you know what angle those photos should be taken.
Oh, I would like to know that too, Araceli.
I zero
The fact that you-
knowledge because I'm not stupid.
The fact that you just went into a whole thing of like how they should be taken.
No,
I'm
I'm not.
business out here. You do.
No,
you
I'm not.
Araceli.
No, absolutely 100% zero personal knowledge of that because I watch Law and Order SVU and I'm not stupid.
Oh, well, there's that. But also, okay, here's the other thing, right? So along with that, let's cut to Sophia. Sophia, you could have you can't do anything about sending the photo to Johnny, right?
Mm-hmm.
But smartly, what you should have done was said, sure, I'll go in and help you. You delete that text from Holly's phone so that she doesn't see it, along with the photos that you took. You plant said phone back in the room. Why did you do a whole factory reset?
I know that, yeah.
And then throw it away in the trash.
Because these days everything automatically uploads into the cloud. Nothing is deleted
Unless you turn it off.
Unless you do a factory reset and turn it off.
But
no, you don't even need to do a factory reset. You just need to turn off the cloud syncing and then it stops. What's there is there, but yeah.
Once she sent the text to Johnny, although I think on iPhone you can unsend that. Can you not?
If it's iPhone to iPhone, within a certain amount of time, you can unsend an iMessage.
Yeah.
Okay, there's that. Now, also, like, she could have just deleted that text from Holly and then just put it back in there as if she didn't know.
Yeah, because now it looks suspicious.
Like
it all looks suspicious.
Like the whole time I kept looking at her like, girl, what are you doing?
Well, she didn't know. She didn't know.
No, she did.
You know why? You know why she didn't know? Because she was.
And then she was. Wait, there was a part. There was a part that I heard her voice. She was reading the letter that she wrote about Johnny. What was that?
I think it was supposed to let us. Well, did the social worker read the whole thing out loud, or did it?
The social worker read the first. It was like a back and forth. First, the social worker read it, and then Sophia was reading a copy of what she had sent, and then back to the social worker.
Why was she doing that?
I probably just a creative way. Yeah. Oh, you mean like why was Sophia specifically?
Why was Sophia sitting there listening to a recording of the letter?
Because they made it a point, and they made it a point to that Sophia knew precisely what time the social worker would be at Johnny and Chanel's house. So they made it a point to say that she was she was reading the letter at the same time, kind of in her mind, thinking about like anticipating Johnny and Chanel getting rejected.
First of all, I love Jill because I was about to do the same thing. Jill said, I Googled, and that no checking your phone is not a normal process. Your social media will be checked for suitability if you will be a good candidate to adopt. I knew there was something off about because I would have, if I was John, I would have said no. Like, first of all, I have nothing to hide, but also this doesn't pertain to anything.
Yeah, no, it's unless, like, literally, I think the only time anybody would ever do that if it was like a company property, like a company phone or something like that, or you were under arrest.
And also, like, not for nothing, but like, you don't know what people are into or like into their personal business. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, a random photo of someone's cleavage is not an indictment about like
one photo of someone's
exactly.
And suddenly the man's cheating.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
louse,
it's just too much.
like he's not suitable to raise children.
Yes, but
like,
let's be clear about this. Chanel Chanel was not upset about that. She was upset. Like yes, she jumped too quickly, but she backtracked.
Yeah,
because she backtracked and she believed Johnny. It was I think it was also the Holly of it all. It's like that's why she believed it. She thought like maybe Holly fell back into her crush now that she's his student. So if for a hot second, yes, it made sense in her mind because she was upset, guys. Nobody makes rational decisions when they are upset. Once Chanel calmed down a bit and Johnny was like, we're going to figure out what's going on, then okay, we'll go from there.
But that's the thing. There was no reason to initially get upset.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, know your man. First of all, when would he have time to start sexting with Holly Jonas? He just got off trial.
Man's working two jobs.
For possible murder. He had 2 jobs. Like,
really? I don't see him going to one of them.
Well, he was
going to Titan. Who do we see going to work other than Tony DeMira and those Kyriakis dudes right now?
Right.
And he was people. Okay, we do see people going to work. The man has 2 jobs.
In between his trials, he would pop into Titan. And we haven't seen the classroom yet, but we know that he went. But also I'm sorry. Yes, there was a phone call, but like, other than that, there are no prior text messages except all of a sudden boobs at 9:02 a.m.
Chanel, she was just she was just upset because the social worker blew out of there so fast.
Well, yes, but also I would have been like, what? Like, what? First of all, what just happened? And none of this makes sense.
Yeah,
and it would have been like, why would the birth mother? First of all, how you still reading the Spectator about your child, and then felt compelled to write a note? Let's talk about this. You dropped your child off at a fire station. So how do you get to say who is suitable to raise your fire station baby? How about that? And then secondly, when that letter was read, like, the only person who was like, all this points to Sophia was Brady.
Brady, of all the, I'm like, Brady's brain was activated this week and last week.
Oh my gosh.
This is Brady. What do they call that? A redemption arc?
This is it's definitely giving him indulgence after 20 years on the show.
Yeah, this is his redemption arc. He's playing with a full deck now.
I just think it's sloppy.
Annoying, but
yeah,
I just think
from which perspective?
What?
Who is being sloppy, or are you talking about just the situation in general?
Sophia is sloppy.
Well, yes, that's the whole
sloppy.
Point.
It's sloppy, but it's also unnecessary.
I don't know about unnecessary because
I think it's unnecessary.
As Justin might have pointed out, Sophia, there's something.
That's what
there doing. Might be something, and I more and more. I mean, I don't need 100% towards Justin's theory, but I think that there is something more going on with Sophia. We talked last week about
we talked about it.
How her brain is all screwy right now, and she clearly didn't
sloppy.
get. Yeah, no, there's something. I think there's something seriously wrong. There is something seriously wrong.
Yeah. She could only keep it together for so long, and I think this is her snapping, and I think this is her like slightly losing it because of all the pressure that she's been under regarding this child.
Yeah, there's pressure,
and just life in general.
Trauma. There's something like this girl needs to be under a doctor's care.
There's definitely like a lot going on, but still, it's sloppy, and for no reason. It's like oh, I have a thought on getting back, and then just like executing it. It's like it's not being executed properly
because she's got a screw loose.
I think she's got several screws. I think the screws have just
the screws have just fallen out.
The screws have fallen off. What do they call that? It's fallen off the ring. Like the screws are just off. One by one. What if I had a thought? What if the visceral reaction Chanel had was actually a point? They wrote it on purpose to reveal that shit. Because I know, like, when Chanel had her pregnancy, like her test, like, did they say definitively she couldn't get pregnant, or just that it would be
difficult?
Yeah.
So maybe I'm wondering if maybe this is like the intro. There's always something. When a female character is pregnant on the show, they either pass out or they do. Maybe this is the beginning of her pregnancy reveal. Like that's why she was emotional up and down because she's actually preggo and just doesn't know it yet.
I hope.
I mean, Kristen got pregnant and she allegedly couldn't get. Nicole got pregnant, she allegedly couldn't. So
no, they didn't say that Chanel could never get pregnant. That it would be dangerous. She would have to be heavily monitored.
Yeah, it was just and like we've all agreed that it was just such an extreme reaction. So maybe there's a point to it that we don't know yet.
Yeah, I would be fine with that because Chanel's gonna be a great mother. It's just not of this baby.
And give Johnny some good goddamn news. Like give him like something to be happy about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, look. Sometimes I chuckle. Like if a character is going to make a dumb decision, I'm not on board. Like you get what you get and you don't get upset. But at this point, Johnny is being used like a piñata.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just like, I feel like that moment, the social worker read the letter. I kind of threw my hands up and was like, what more can you put this couple through? Mm-hmm. Like we just had, I mean, coming from the Blue Bunny incident where Johnny accused Chanel of cheating with Alex, to Johnny being upset with EJ and on trial to murder him of his shooting, to now becoming a professor, and now suddenly it's like, let's revisit this baby thing again. Oh, here's a letter. It's like, y'all can't leave them, like, y'all can't put them at peace for just a little bit.
Yeah,
just for a little bit.
I would have rather it been a little bit more nuanced, where, like we said, we were kind of rolling our eyes at that the social worker would be like, I have a letter from the birth parents. Like, well, how do you know who wrote that letter? Like, why are you're putting a lot of stock into
how did you verify this? You didn't.
Yeah. So I think I personally, I would have liked it if, yes, everything that happened, but maybe if the social worker was a little bit more like, this is a mark against you, but we're not sure or something. You know what I mean? Like, everything else is great. We love you. We think you'll be great parents, or like, we need to investigate this before we move forward. The fact that she like saw a picture of cleavage and then believed
that there was no way that she could have seen. But also I'm sorry, Days, I love y'all, but there was almost like an error, because when the camera went to the phone, the picture was up already.
Yeah.
Then when the social worker grabbed the phone, she said, "Oh, you got a text message." Oh, and I'm like, but the boobies were already out.
Yeah, that was a little wonky. Because then at one point, I think Chanel even looked at the phone. And I'm like, oh, well, she would have seen the boobs. And she didn't really have a reaction. So I'm like, who's seeing these boobs? Like, come on.
But also, again, like text messages don't work like that. When somebody sends you something, it's like
full screen either. It may give you like a little preview. It may give you like a little preview of the image
that you even have to pull down yourself, but it won't just be up there. Like, goodness gracious. Anyway, well, we'll see what happens with this. It's all a mess, though. What a hot mess.
Mm-hmm.
A hot mess. And I'm not talking about their dorm room on fire.
Oh, and they also got not expelled, but thrown. Like, they can't stay at the dorm now.
Well, they're just moving rooms.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Holly said they
fire
got
damage.
Yeah, well, so there was. I know which part you're talking about.
It was confusing,
because they ended it with this thing of Ari saying, "And we got evicted," and it was like, and then it was
From
break on the old asshole. It went to like commercial, and then it came back, and then it was like evicted, and she's like, "Oh no, we just have to change rooms," and it's like,
oh, that's right,
yeah. But they do have to go before the board, and they have to pay for all the damages.
A disciplinary hearing,
which is like, I mean, you're both.
And I love
rich families.
I love Holly talking about, I'll get a job. Look, the second they said that we had to pay for something, and Maggie was standing next to me, I would have said,
"Grandma,
Grandma, ding ding ding, I love you, Grandma."
Then all of a sudden, it's called the Maggie Kiriakis Dormitory for Girls.
The Maggie Kiriakis House for Wayward Women.
That sounds like something very different.
Yeah. I did appreciate the fact that they kept the thread in that, of course, remember, Holly doesn't have any money because she gave it all to Doug. So it's like, okay, that's a little, you get some points there for her not reacting that way. Because it obviously was like, oh, well, use your own money.
Let me guess, is she going to get a job at the pub? So all three of them are working at the pub. Then suddenly the pub's overstaffed.
No.
Yeah, please don't.
I think Holly has a little bit more self-respect than that.
But that's it for this storyline, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I want to talk about.
Let's move on to our next storyline then, shall we? Blackout bombshells.
Which one?
I know. I'm like, which?
All of them, yeah.
Well, we'll go in order of our rundown here. Let's start with EJ and Belle. I mean, it's no surprise that EJ is still in love with Belle. I think Belle is still in love with EJ, but she doesn't want to be.
Yep.
Yes, but I like this scene. It felt very much like a closer scene. Like, this is the couple that is never, ever, ever getting back together.
I don't know. That last look before she left.
That was just her asthma.
The fact
she
that she
up from her inhaler, she was fine.
Did we know Belle had asthma?
No,
I don't think that was.
That was a we need something to happen, so Belle's gonna have asthma.
Yeah,
Belle now has asthma, but she went
that sounded familiar to me, actually.
I mean, maybe it's something I'm forgetting, or was at a time when I was off for a minute, but
I don't know. I feel like they had that same conversation 18 times while in the elevator. It was a little much.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, Belle should have looked at him and said, "You know that thing you pulled in the courtroom? I should have whooped your ass then, but I let you live. I don't like you. I don't want to be here with you. I don't care how you feel about me. I can't stand you. You, the sight of you, the smell of you. Leave me alone. You and your stupid feelings."
Mm-hmm.
That's what she should have said. Little mix of what Monique said to Precious in Precious.
Yeah.
Well, there's that.
There's that.
I think that's a closed chapter, I think.
I don't know. I still think the way she looked at him at the end was like, She was looking at him like, did I make the right decision? I think I did. I'm just gonna walk away.
I feel like they did that just in case down the road they want to, I don't think they're going to continue with it, but maybe that's the out if they do want to continue with it. We can be like, oh, well, remember months ago, she gave that look when he left the elevator. So,
right.
Yeah, they haven't like solved the problem with them. Like outside of them, they having chemistry, EJ is still a villain to some degree, and Belle is still a person who won't look the other way. So you're always going to have an impasse. Like I even say it's not like they're mimicking like the Sarah Xander stuff, because even that was more nuanced. This is just cut and dry to me. Like, even as you're sitting in the elevator, you're up to a trick. You're doing a scheme right now. So it's like you can't what she's gonna go back to you, and then when we find out what you're up to with the hospital, like she's gonna break up with you again. Like, I don't know. It's until they solve this problem with these two characters, it's hard to root for them.
Yeah.
This is the part where fans can like clip this and then send it to Martha Madison. Kudos to her for being such an amazing actress. Because here's why. When she walked away from EJ and she walked down the hospital hall, for some reason I kept my eye on her, and she was still like in character. She still kind of stumbled a little bit from her asthma attack, and it was that moment like she kind of held the wall a little bit and was like, whew, child. And then like kept walking. Like, that is an actress, because she said, baby, I'm still on this camera. Okay, whether you just see my back, I'm going to give you a show even back here in the back. So kudos, Martha Madison. She did that. I said, baby, I believe you now. I believe that asthma that you even showed me the after effects. Work. All right. So that's EJ and Belle. Oh, I mean, in some weird way, I still root for them.
I think they had their moment.
I don't know. Well, let's talk about who's next. Paulina. What?
Well,
she made me laugh this week.
That was part of EJ. Yeah, kind of part of EJ.
Yeah, that part of her like running after EJ after the effects of the blackout. So
and she said, baby, your electrician owe us the $146,927.32.
I want my money.
Yeah.
Check her pockets. Check her pockets. No, you know what made me laugh? Actually, it was the moment where Paulina stormed into the mansion when EJ and Emily, EJ and Gwen were having their fight, and the look on Emily's, when she was like, like she turned around when EJ, when she was like, I'm here to talk to blah, 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 blah. And she turned around and gave him such a shit ass look. And was like, I have to go lunch. Bye.
It's so hilarious to see Gwen interact with other people that she hasn't really interacted with before. And I'm really loving the rapport that she has with EJ, where it's like, it's clear they could treat each other better, but I've seen EJ treat an alliance worse. So it's clear that like there's some kind of weird friendship there beyond them just being co-conspirators. Like, I don't know, it's like they get each other in a weird way. Yeah, like she can almost be like another sister. Like, I think that's probably
very sibling bickering.
Yes, very much so. It's like that like they have a poke each other kind of relationship, like siblings almost. And EJ would leave his sister locked behind a electronic door all night, and then yell about how she had to get out of it.
But also, like, I mean, so what? I mean, I don't know. I feel like this blackout was very minimal to be like. I'm stuck behind the door for a couple of hours. I'm in an elevator. The elevator's not going to drop. I mean, like,
I think
these are very low stakes here.
it only becomes really unfortunate if you have to pee.
Which apparently
that's the only time it becomes really that's the only time it becomes really unfortunate.
Michael Mattis, what were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna maybe that's why Belle had to stumble because she was trying to make it to the restroom.
She just had a whole asthma attack.
She had a whole asthma attack, and she probably had to
breathless.
Pee. You know how it gets
trigger.
You know how it gets. No, I was just saying that the blackout, like the overall point of the blackout, was to facilitate movement with some, basically like two characters, like EJ and Belle. What's her face and Xander, Sarah and Xander.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about it yet, but
Kat and Chad.
Kat and
but
Chad.
Also Gwen and Leo.
Gwen and Leo,
you know,
starting to soften towards each other, and the other two, the cop, JJ and
Theo.
I mean, and Theo.
Oh,
JJ and Theo, and also Rachel and Thomas.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of let's put these pairs together and see what kind of chaos they can get into.
Should we go into?
It was almost like this. I equate this to when those Popeyes biscuits were drugged, like because that kind of facilitated a new chapter in a lot of the storylines that were going on.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah. I get it.
Yeah.
Who did you want to go into, Justin?
What was I going to say? Oh, Thomas. Should we talk about Thomas and Rachel? What did you guys?
Oh my God.
Bitch, man. Like, girl, haven't you done enough this year?
Oh my.
She was so whiny. I was like, Thomas is looking at her like.
This girl, like.
No, I want the get out of jail card.
Yeah.
You didn't pull it. It's not yours.
Like oh my.
Go sit down.
She was being a brat then, but I was kind of on her side about the secret. I was kind of with her on that.
What do you mean?
I thought it's incredibly, and in this part, maybe like I'm glad they brought this back up because I completely forgot about it in relation that it wasn't just her seeing them kiss. It's also the fact that Kat lived with her while she was pretending to be Abigail, and like when she said that, I thought, okay, now Chad, now you're just an idiot now. How did you not think that was going to come out, and you didn't at any point think Rachel's in the house, Rachel can say something to her cousin Thomas, who she spends a lot, you know what I mean? That just seemed like a big oversight for him to make
and
that.
The idea of like it's not your secret to tell is not something they can really expect a child to understand, even though she did technically go over that with Marlena, because she did tell Marlena right after it happened. The point that I actually hit on is not that she told Thomas, it's why she told Thomas. She told Thomas to pick a fight over a stupid game of Monopoly. That's how petty this child is.
Now to be fair, Monopoly will start some fights. Monopoly
will start some fights.
Yahtzee, Taboo.
Yes.
Like these are games that, you know.
Oh yeah.
So I get it. But also it's like, girl, but also you have to remember Chad and Kat thought Rachel didn't see anything because she didn't say anything, but Rachel just didn't say anything even though she did see it.
Because she's got liabilities.
She didn't say anything to them. She said something to Marlena.
But also Rachel, even if she didn't know about the kiss, she still told him about Kat was pretending to be your mother. That to me, that part was the bigger bombshell. People were focusing on the kiss. I'm like, okay, well that pales in comparison to the fact that.
But didn't Thomas know that?
No, that's what I'm saying. It was a big oversight for Chad not to even think Rachel would have said that. See, I'd be more worried about her saying that than anything else. That's the part that threw me off of like, okay, this is a big oversight. Wouldn't she normally naturally tell him that?
No,
just
Thomas
his cousin, though.
I thought Thomas knew.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because right before she was going to be introduced to the kids, that's when everything
came out. Yeah.
And
And,
he
it-
always introduced her as a friend, a new friend, not keeping it away who they thought she was.
Rachel needs her ass whooped.
She does.
Point.
She makes it so hard to feel sorry for her, and it's like, oh, but she shot someone. Oh, but she has trauma, and it's like she has no concept of consequences. Zero, whether intended or not.
You guys, if you guys can defend Sophia, you're telling me you're going to give Rachel more of a hard time than you give Sophia.
First of all,
I think because with Sophia, it wasn't a consistent pattern of behavior. You know what I mean? Like Sophia was when she around the time that she started seducing Tate, she got sneaky. But to us, the way it was explained to us, and look, they could retcon this, but I'm just repeating back the way that it was explained to us when the character was introduced was that she was Holly's friend. They had been friends for years since they were children, that their mothers had known each other through PTA, that she came from a good family and such and such. Basically what I'm saying is that there was no indicator, again, this could be changed. There was no indicator of any behavior other than that of a normal teenager up until the Tate drama. With Rachel, ever since she could talk, it's been a consistent pattern of lies and snobbery and zero understanding of consequences in terms of what's mischief and what's an actual crime. Like she doesn't actually have an understanding of that. And put that into the perspective of what she told Thomas this week. Like, she did that to purposely hurt him. She didn't know. She probably didn't have a real understanding in her mind of that it was this. She's dropping this gigantic bombshell on her cousin. That probably did not even register in her mind. All she knew was she got her feelings hurt, so she had to retaliate.
Basically, what you're saying is when Thomas went low, she went lower.
Yeah.
Yes.
But she didn't need to, though. Nobody asked her to do that.
Obvious that she's reeling over the Kristen stuff. I mean, the get out of jail free card was the biggest anvil. I mean, like they practically punched us in the face with that one. I mean, I don't know. I just didn't think to me, it should have already come out just in general. Like they're cousins. They spend a lot of time together. Rachel should have already let that slip out to Thomas even in a friendly manner. So I don't know. I just didn't think it was that. Agree, she was being a brat by sort of using it against him. But like you said, he went low and she went lower.
But I mean, there's low and then there's like the bottom. Like there's so many other things that she could have said to him.
I don't think she went low. I mean, she just told him. She told him the truth, though. I mean, let's be real. She didn't. I don't think, like you said, I don't think she thought I could have crushed Thomas's world. She was being snotty, saying, "Oh, your dad's so great. Let me tell you what your dad did." And she told him.
Exactly, but it's like she's a child and has zero. And yeah, there's part of it is that she's a child, so she has zero concept of what's the line. What's the line where we cross from I'm being a brat to I'm purposely hurting someone who loves me?
You're gonna have to give Rachel more credit than that. That little girl is smart.
Intelligence does not equal emotional intelligence. Intelligence does not equal empathy. And to me, Rachel is a character who has very little empathy.
She shouldn't have said nothing. She should have let him keep the get out of jail card. She should have rolled the dice and actually landed on the thing that corresponded to the number. Rachel being a little brat.
He's always that.
It was too much.
Go back to being the kid that no other kids want to play with.
Because at this point, Thomas would have went up to her and said, "You got a friend in me," but now he's like, "Leave, get out right now." The end of you and me. It's too late.
Oh God.
Anyway,
In other words, Susan and Marlena.
Yeah.
We forgot about that twosome. That was actually a nice scene. I like that.
We haven't forgot about it. We just hadn't got to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a nice scene. I like that. This is where I give Stacey a lot of credit. I think the Kristen stuff, people say what they want. They like Eileen. They like her. Whatever. I think this is where, to me, Stacey infuses her uniqueness, because I think, and again, sacrilegious, I know, but I think when they brought Eileen back to play Susan, I think they delved into 90s Susan in the craziness and kookiness. I think what Stacey has brought to this is, I think she infuses Susan with a bit more maturity. Like, she's still kooky, she's still a little off, but she's, to me, who Susan should be now, 30 years later.
She's
like
grounded.
Susan should not be the same person she was in the 90s, in that, the craziness and the kookiness worked better there, but it makes sense now. Like, she's, she's a little off. She's got her quirks, but, she recognized it. And I've seen this over the past few times she's been on, of course. Especially, I think they've dialed it up a bit, where her being really astute, especially when it comes to EJ, when it comes to Johnny, and like being able to be herself, but also, she's no dummy. Susan's never been stupid. So I think that's what Stacey really brings to the table, and she ups the ante a lot of times when I don't think she gets enough credit for that, for the Susan stuff.
Agreed.
Yeah, and I think that, because before she was kind of pushing Marlena a little bit in a sense of saying things that Marlena didn't want to hear. I think, to your credit, to your point about giving her credit of her maturity, that she kind of sat back more and let herself listen to Marlena, rather than make assumptions. Oh, this is wrong with you. This is wrong with you. Like, just let Marlena kind of talk through it and be the friend and say, well, it's clear neither one of us knows what's wrong with you, but something is wrong.
Yeah. I felt like the scene reminded me of why they became friends originally, and why Marlena always had such a connection to Susan, even though she ostensibly was on the opposite side of her in a lot of those early schemes. But the fact that they could be friends and still be friends, like, this scene reminded me of oh, they're actually friends. It's not just Marlena tolerating her craziness, because they've known each other for so long. Like, there's an actual friendship there.
Yes. Lastly, took a blackout for this to happen. Chad and Kate. Cat. Chad and Cat.
Not Kate.
Wrong one. Yeah, that would have been.
Is it strange though that as they started kissing, my first thought was, oh, so you're not gonna take a shower?
Or go to a bedroom? Yeah.
That, I mean, you opened the door and you had just finished the workout.
I mean, some people like it dirty like that.
Not for your first time. Not for your first time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or did anyone else think Mark was going to come in?
No.
No.
I didn't think that, but I was also like, where is everybody? Because y'all just out here on this little couch.
Well, they explained it. Aaron's in the dorms and Felicity's with Chanel.
Right.
Mark's not out of jail yet.
Yeah.
But it took a blackout for this to happen. I'm like, oh my God, this is just going so slow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then it's like, how do you explain to Julie? Talking about Julie's like, well, that's all you guys did, right? It's like, Julie, you don't want to know. You don't want to know what they did, okay? I'm gonna tell you, if those walls could talk, baby, they would be.
Yeah.
Why are you saying, why aren't you showering first?
Huh?
They would say, why aren't you showering first? You're not going to shower first?
I feel like it would sound like a typical mom. If you don't get your nasty, crusty self in some soap and water, at least that's what my mom would say.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly, Dylan. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And Julie's not even the worst one. That's the thing. I feel like Julie has tempered quite a bit.
Yeah.
And she doesn't, she could have said some things that we'll probably hear from Jack and Jennifer imminently, and I'm just gonna have to just be like this the whole time.
But also, like we said before, like I think it's perfectly okay for people to dislike each other. It's when you start sort of imparting that and demanding other people do the same. Like if Julie wants to hate Kat, if Jack and Jennifer want to hate her, cool. You just don't have a right. And I also think but also asking Chad about her is poking him. You know what I mean? Like, why are you asking if you're not okay with it? He knows you're not okay with it. He told you to butt out respectfully.
Yeah.
So unless you come around to it, you're really not interested in what he's doing with Kat. You're just trying to, you're trying to stir up something here, Julie.
Yeah.
Well, that Chad needs to move out too.
Yeah. Now, if Thomas ends up having an opinion based on the knowledge that Rachel gave him, that's different. That's given a whole different consideration because that's his child, and
that's
Chad's
right.
number one. Yeah, Chad's number one priority is his child's well-being. So if Thomas has a problem with it, that creates a whole different thing because that's a conversation between them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Well, thank goodness for the blackout because it did allow movement with a few of the storylines.
Xander and Sarah got busy, are kind of reconciling. I think he agreed to go to therapy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or did he?
That's later.
Oh, is it later? My bad.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we were doing a comprehensive blackout.
Yeah, but Xander and we can talk about it. It's fine.
There wasn't much to.
It was just them in bed having dessert, post dessert, talking about the future. Which I'm like, all right, well, I guess we're back on the Xander Sarah train.
With still a big secret looming above.
And then of course he agreed. Moving forward, we're gonna blah 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 blah. And it's like that like sound that they do as he's sitting there like it's like, oh God, when that hits the fan. All right. Let's move on to our last top story, which is dual identities. I'm sorry. Hi, Stephanie Johnson. My name is Tony Moore, host of a podcast called Dishin Days. Listen, I saw you explain what you were doing with your mom's laptop and, attending Anastasia Sand's blog interview. I just wonder, did it ever cross your mind to not mention that you're Anastasia Sands, but mention that you are the publicist and that you had to monitor the blog interview? Therefore, that would be the reason why you were on the computer in your mom's office? Did that ever occur to you?
Yeah.
Did you even think about that? Oh, you didn't? Oh, you just wanted to tell somebody that you Anastasia Sands, and then you just decided to say that to EJ, who was going to loom that over your head because you don't know what he's got going on, and so now you indebted to a Demera? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought she gave herself up. I'm like, oh, really? You're giving yourself up now? Okay.
Way too fast.
After all of that effort to keep your identity concealed, And now one little confrontation between EJ and your mom,
know.
and you're like, "Stop! I'm Anastasia. Stop! I was like, "Girl, just give it a minute." Like, okay. So now EJ has leverage over her.
Yikes.
So now they're at a standstill. Like, I don't know. I was like, you guys, I didn't fully understand this like compromise that you had. I was like, I mean, I guess he could tell on her, but I mean, I don't know. I was
Even
like,
that's like not a big like. Okay, so he outs her as Anastasia. Like,
I still don't. She's acting.
Sorry, go ahead.
She's acting like she's a senator. Like, a PR person, this is gonna, you know what I mean? Like, it just seemed weird that, like, I understand you, like, again, you're a professional, you want to be taken seriously, but also this isn't. I understand this more. What's going on? I understand this more if she was shooting OnlyFans or something. I don't know. I think they're playing up this romance novel like it's softcore porn or like smut or something, where I don't know.
Oh, yeah, but also like companies are really cracking down on the way you use your computer usage now. It's a little ridiculous.
I still know if a PR person being an author would be that big of a deal.
It wouldn't. Like, even in like, it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do get the more of the I don't want my information to be out because I don't want exes coming finding me or you know, that type of situation. But
yeah, that part I think it had was a lot more real, a lot more realistic.
Mm-hmm.
We found out how realistic it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that at least EJ was mildly impressed.
Yeah, but
I'm drinking tea, Dylan Matthews. Excuse me.
Oh, well, I mean, that's also debatable. But also, I feel like now she's indebted to him.
Mm-hmm. Now he has leverage over her if she wants to keep the secret.
Yeah.
You don't give a Demira leverage.
Nope.
But even now, it's like weak leverage. You know, EJ's probably even if EJ tries to use it to like swing his whatever around with it, like it's not that. They'd be like, go ahead, just tell all my business. It's fine.
Yeah, it's like it's not the when I say when because it's going to come out eventually. I say when it comes out, it's not going to be the end of the world. I think it's just too fresh in her mind right now. It's too new. You know, she didn't anticipate it being quite as successful, taking off quite as big and making her as notorious as she now is so quickly. So I think it's just taking some time to settle in.
But she could have kept that to herself.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. She did herself no favors.
Yeah.
No, it's like, so now it's just waiting around to see how EJ's going to use that against her.
Well, he basically said, as long as you like keep talking me up, basically, like you're in my corner for, you know, my PR person. So I mean, honestly, the ask wasn't that much. It was basically continue to do your job, and I'll continue.
Exactly. The only thing I can think of is that she's gonna somehow stumble upon whatever Gwen and EJ's plan for the real plan for the free clinic. She's gonna confront EJ about it, and then he's gonna be like, "Well, if you tell on me, I'm gonna say that you're Anastasia Beaverhausen," and then she's gonna be like, "Oh my god, yeah,
I'm not Anastasia
it's gonna be a big thing." Yeah. That's the only like way I think that's the only thing like I would see this going. Like, this is the setup for her to find out something about him, and then he tries to use it as leverage to keep her quiet about his crap. And he's gonna be like, remember the deal we made? Yeah,
I can see that. Yeah.
Do you remember? Anyway. And now
Anastasia Beaverhausen. I pulled that out of my ass.
No, you didn't. And now insert and welcome to Salem, Michael Warwick, aka Jeremy Horton.
Oh, here we go.
I think this was from at least from a aesthetic point of view, a good Jeremy good Jeremy Horton recast. Like not Ken doll pretty like what's his face was, but like a mature version of that.
Yeah.
Yes.
He looks like Rorik. Yeah.
Yep. Odd. Okay. What about this? Okay. He plays this guy. Michael Rourke plays Jeremy Horton, the son of Mike Horton, played by Rourke Critchlow.
Mm-hmm.
It was meant to be.
Mind blown.
This is gonna. I'm really interested in this. Not only for the Stephanie Jeremy stuff. It's the digging of the old past. It's. I didn't see the Chad angle coming because I don't know about you guys, but I forgot Chad came after him. So when he showed up there, I thought that was going to be a confrontation between those two. So I like how they're setting it up because once Chad finds out what he did to Stephanie, that's going to be an issue. The fact that he's now Rachel and Thomas's teacher, which was a weird thing. I was like, teacher. Wow. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
Well, let's back this up a little bit. We have been kind of slowly anticipating the Jeremy Horton return.
We have
for a while now. He's been mentioned several times, and then as we've said on the show, as we have said on this show, the past few weeks, Jeremy Horton, who was last played by Trevor Donovan in 2005, I want to say. 2007. So it's been almost 20 years. It's been a very, very, very long time since we've seen and even heard about this character. Was a piece of smut on my shoe the last time we saw him.
A piece of what?
Smut on my shoe.
Why?
Because he was emotionally abusive. He was a criminal. And you can look this up. He was so abusive to Stephanie. Like Alex specifically said, did he hit you? No. He did, however, try to drown her once.
Oh yeah, he did.
That clip's
circulating. He was a piece of crap. He was a terrible human being. I saw nothing redeemable about him. Schmuck feels too kind.
Now, come on.
I said that.
All these characters, they all have a redeeming quality about them.
Yes, but I'm talking about then.
You want to hear something? I wasn't watching back then.
You said that because you didn't remember this character at all, and
no, I remember the character. Yeah. I remember. I remember Jet,
much back then.
I remember Jet Carver, who was played by Marcus Patrick, because I was also like, I could have been Jet. Rachel Melvin, when she met me, was like, you could have played Jet. Whatever.
Yeah. Maybe it would have lasted longer.
Maybe that's why I stopped watching.
Yes. So cut to again. So this character has not been seen or mentioned in almost 20 years. Now he's here. And from information we got, it seems as if his criminal, and I do remember this, when he exited, his criminal shenanigans were publicly exposed.
Yeah, because he had a shady flight thing.
Yes. His abuse of Stephanie was not mentioned, and it seemed that Stephanie this week, when she was retelling Alex the story, seems to confirm that she has not mentioned this man in years. She's purposely tried not to think about him. She vaguely heard through the grapevine that he got his life together, but it seems as if once that door was closed, she wanted to keep it closed and did not mention anything to anyone about how he treated her.
The door is closed.
The only person who she might have confided in or might have some firsthand knowledge of what Jeremy did would have been Rachel Melvin's Chelsea Brady. Yes, because she was there. That's the only person who might have some knowledge of this, but everyone else. So it would be no surprise that Jeremy walks in the door. He's welcomed with open arms by Julie. Chad says, "Oh, Abigail used to say so many kind things about you, blah, 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 blah," because probably nobody has that knowledge.
They only have knowledge of his illegal activities, is what you're saying.
Would Julie shut the door on him, though? I mean, considering her past with Nick, that's
the other thing.
Also, again, like you said, this is 20 years ago. So even if she did know that, who's to say she wouldn't say, "You're a changed person, come on in"? Like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, we're saying it now, and it was awful behavior. It was also 20 years ago. So who knows what Jeremy Horton we're getting now? I'm hoping he's more of a villain. It'd be nice to have a Horton villain around, but I don't know what we're gonna get.
Yeah.
You're gonna get
I don't want
Thomas's teacher.
Thomas's teacher. I don't want villain in a way of like abusing women or like emotionally abusing women.
Yeah. I mean, I
be a
don't.
respectable villain.
It wouldn't make sense to bring such a disliked character back after all this time and have him be the same as he was. So I'm willing to believe that there's been growth there. But I'll tell you what really just had me shook this week was Abigail Klein's portrayal when she was talking with Alex. Oh my God. I could feel in her body how she just shrunk into herself talking about him. She perfectly encapsulated what an abuse victim feels like when they're talking about a past experience like that, where it's like, she's has all the accomplishments. She's in PR. She's an accomplished author. She has a wonderful relationship with a guy that she loves. And in a span of 30 seconds that she starts talking about this guy, she was shrinking into herself with tears in her eyes, like Rush, and saying, like, I know I'm not that person. I know it was a long time ago, but
yeah. It's like she was living PTSD or reliving.
Yeah. Those scenes with Abigail and Rob kind of drew me back in because I think I was like doing something on my laptop on my phone, but I just could feel it going on. And so that's when I kind of tuned back in. And I got to say, like, they had a good like, it was talking about trauma and whatever, but she and Rob, and even Rob's response to it as Alex and his reaction to everything, it was just kind of like, I was like, oh, wow, these two, like, this is what makes a good couple right here. And then there was a moment when Alex was leaving and he kind of like, he gestured to her, like, gave her his hand or something. And I was like, I think that was a Rob thing. I don't think that was like character or planned or scripted. I think that was just Rob being like, good work. And, because Abigail definitely brought the emotions to the surface.
Mm-hmm.
And the way she answered that door and saw him was kind of like the past knocking at your door. Bravo, really bravo to Rob and to Abigail this week. Like, this is another scene that just pulled me in and really has made me eat a lot of crow because we know I was not on board. I was not an Alex and Stephanie stan, but you guys have made me a believer. You really have. It just in who, Jeremy?
Work. No, in Alex and Stephanie.
Alex is a good boy. Alex is a good boyfriend. Like, this is
he already done shown that.
He already did, but this just this really hit it home this week. It really did.
Why are you so late to the party, Araceli?
I've been here for a minute, but she was late
to the party, but she's been here a little while.
I was late to the party, and in the beginning I was like, no, not happening. But
now she's on her like third glass of punch, and now she's just really vibing with the party.
No, I
love pink.
You know what it is? Sometimes it's just timing.
You took a long time.
It's timing. I think back then for them, when I said never, ever, ever with this couple, I think it just wasn't right. This feels right.
Does feel right.
What a feeling.
Megan Bizarre had a comment. We've almost forgotten he used to bang Sloan. Can we just forget about Sloan altogether?
We haven't.
Just forget about.
We haven't forgotten. I keep a
have.
tally.
I got mad when we were going. I told you all. I got mad when we were going through. Like, I was building the graphics for the Dishin Days Awards, and I had to find a picture of Melinda and Sloan. And I literally, like, I had like this. I was like, oh fuck, Sloan. Okay. And then I was going through, like, looking for the pictures, and I was just like, oh, this was terrible. Oh, this was awful. Oh god, this was terrible.
Oh wow.
I like had such a like. I was like, ugh.
I like Sloan.
I didn't mind.
Was not a fan.
Yeah, to be clear, I've always thought that Alex was a good person. I just didn't think he had it in him to be relationship material. And at the time, he didn't. Now
he's gone through his moments as a raggedy single man, you know.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, timing.
He's shown, like someone said in the chat, he's shown growth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah,
All
this is going to be a storyline to watch.
Indeed. And that has been your top storylines, everybody. And now we're going to move into our tidbits. But before we do, just a quick reminder. Follow us on social media. Dishin Days Show on Facebook, Dishin Days on Instagram, Twitter, X, and Threads. Also, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. That's Dishin Days on YouTube. Also, find us on your favorite podcast station in case you need to take us along. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. And also, go show some love to our former co-host and my chocolate twin, Mr. James Locke Jr. over at JLJ Media on YouTube and where all podcasts can be found. Now we're going to go over our one and only tidbit because the second one we already kind of went over. But this one is called Old Friends. Let me tell you something. Theo is not having it. No. And when he was in that Horton Town Square and JJ was yelling about that curfew, he had went back to that night, and they probably could have used flashbacks to make it more dramatic, but they couldn't because it was Kyler and not him. And they probably weren't going to go back and film that. But however, JJ was hit with a harsh reality, and I feel like he was questioning himself when he was sitting there because that whole interaction, was Tony, you sounded like an auctioneer. That whole interaction was a flashback, and kudos to Tyler, Joseph Andrews, who plays Theo, for his betrayal and just the little nuances that he did, and the flickers of just like being reminded of like what happened, but the courage to kind of stand up and say, like, you almost did it again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This was another moment in the week where I may have been distracted, and the scene that drew me back in was these two, and it was mostly I think Tyler had most of the dialogue, but just like the intense moment between the two, and yeah, I think even though the storyline has dictated that they were cool with each other, they did business together, and now suddenly. It does make sense that he has the PTSD was kind of triggered by what he saw, and then JJ being, plus I just have an issue when I see a police officer being like, no matter who it's at. I'm just
hey, we got a curfew. Get out of here.
I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like unless they're actively committing a crime, like shut the fuck up.
Could have just been like, hey, excuse me, we got a curfew going on.
Yeah,
I need you to go ahead and get back to where you are.
There's a curfew tonight.
Yeah, instead of hey, get your ass back in that house with me. We got a curfew. You know what a curfew is? It's a time for you to not be here. Now get.
Yeah, and this would. I mean, it was. When this originally happened, it was such a everybody was talking about it at the time. I think this was a storyline that won James Reynolds his Emmy as well, because it was just so raw and there were so many layers to it, and it did, like you said, Tony, it did feel almost like they were recreating the scene this week. And with his PTSD being triggered and him freezing, and that was the part where I feel like JJ started to really question, like, did I do something wrong this time? What, did I make a mistake? Have I not learned anything? Have I, he's questioning. And I think this is going to really hit home and really be picked apart by Jada. And I think this is a good opportunity, a good storyline for Jada too, as the commissioner, to pick apart the specific dialogue that her officers use, specifically when they're out on the street, when there's an emergency, because there's already been a prior incident like this. And if she is going to be that type of commissioner that this won't happen on her watch, then it's up to her to take charge of it.
Yeah, I'm kind of questioning that too. Is this going to be like a part 2 of that storyline, or is this, I was questioning how much of that original interaction would play into it. And again, we've heard Theo talk about it in the PTSD, but having them basically recreate the scene again, I think definitely sold Theo's position a lot more. Yeah, I'm wondering how far they're going to get into this. Like, is it going to be a part 2 of this storyline? And we're getting social justice kind of weaved into it, or is it going to stay with JJ and Theo interpersonal? I don't know, but I'm definitely still interested. I thought both guys did an amazing job this week. I thought, like I said, recreating the scene, which I wouldn't have thought to do, but I like that they did it. It definitely sold Theo's position a little bit more, especially with people who were questioning, like, okay, I thought he was over it. I understand PTSD, but is he going too far in his rage against JJ? But yeah, I think he sold it this week.
Yeah, I definitely think that his biggest issue is the fact that JJ is a cop again after he did what he did. Like, I think, him, somehow he was able to work with him and be friends with him and everything like that. But then he said Christmas of last year is when he kind of last interacted with him, and JJ never understood why. So something must have happened. And so I think there's more to this than just JJ being a cop and what happened. I think something post could be an issue too.
Yeah,
that's just my thought.
Maybe something to do with the Claire breakup.
Maybe
it could. It could have been all of it. It could have been. It could have started with JJ rejoining the force Christmas of last year and him hearing about it, and then, as we said, since then, Theo's gone through a lot. He's been, it's nothing has quite gone his way. He's been triggered and he's been kind of emotional. He's been on a real emotional journey. So it's probably all of these things coming to the surface. And in that moment, his PTSD is triggered. Why wouldn't it be? He was literally in the exact same spot with the exact same cop. Of course it was. And then maybe he's probably questioning why didn't you use different language, JJ? What I have learned from this, have you not? I think the general point I'm trying to make is that if there's a part 2 to this storyline, I think it's less about necessarily action needing to be taken, because I don't think anybody did necessarily anything wrong here. It's more of just creating a more open dialogue between these two characters, between JJ and his role in the police department and Jada. It's just a lot of things need to be ironed out.
Yeah, I think there's gonna be a lot to discover, because we have to understand Theo's side and how he's feeling, and especially since he got back to the station and he mentioned it to Jada, and then was just basically like, "I'm tired and I want to go home," and he was like, "I'm out." And Paulina gave that look like, "Child, I'll find out what the tea is. I'll talk to you."
Yeah.
So yeah. That's it. Well, that was it. That's our only tidbit. Anybody else? Michael Mattis, did you have some thoughts about it? Did you say something? You don't care.
He said things.
I've said things.
Yeah. This is everything is. This is not a coming to a head week. It's everything coming to the surface week.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
For that storyline, yeah.
Yeah, for this and others, it's like things aren't nothing. There's no car crash about to happen. There's nothing like serious like about to explode or anything like that. This is just a lot of people's emotions are finally coming to the surface.
Well, they need to hurry up and get to the surface and bloom into a flower or something. We ready. Speaking of being ready, that was your week of days. And now we're going to move on to our favorite part of the show, which are our segments. We're going to start with mine, which is Tony's official 3 Snaps Award. I have no picture. I have no video for my 3 Snaps Award. Because this person, unbeknownst to us, did something for Salem that we didn't know we needed. We needed, but we didn't know. And we didn't know it was going to come from this person. Oh. And this person is the electrician. Thank you for messing up and causing an entire blackout in the city. Because had it not been for you, we wouldn't have seen Xander and Sarah climb into bed together and talk about and discuss their possible future together. We wouldn't have had Kat and Chad finally confess their true feelings for each other and also do it. We wouldn't have had Rachel and Thomas get into a fussment, which would lead to Thomas being sick from school because Rachel decided to be a little brat and drop a bomb on Thomas. We wouldn't have had the moment between EJ and Belle, knowing that EJ still loves Belle, but Belle wants nothing to do with him. So thank you. Oh, and the rekindling of Gwen and Leo, just one step closer to a better friendship. So thank you, sir. Thank you for your non-skilled having self in causing our city of Salem to be blacked out, to bring all of these people together. You did a service that we needed. I would say you shined a light, but you didn't. So my 3 Snaps Award goes to that unsung, unknown hero, the electrician. Oh, snap! I feel like that was the best way I've ever given the 3 Snaps Award. Now it's time for Caption That.
All right, this week's Caption That photo comes courtesy of Dan Furigal, emphatically talking to Wan. And this week's caption goes to Dylan Matthews, who's in the chat, I think.
Yay!
His caption, for the last time, Gwen, let me listen to Life of the Showgirl in Bloody Peace. Life of the Showgirl in Bloody Peace. In case you're living under a rock, Taylor Swift put out a new album, and apparently it's good. So,
you heard it was good?
Well, I've seen mixed reviews. Well, the people I follow are all Taylor Swift fans, so of course they're all saying it's good. They're all saying it's good. It's like so full of insight and, you know, the best album ever written. And apparently it sold more than the most copies a single album is something. So, you know,
I think it was 2.7 million in the first day.
Mm-hmm. Which
I might have inspired this caption because I was one of those people telling Dylan Matthews, this is what I'm doing right now.
I will say, apparently there's a song that's very insightful about Travis Kelce.
It's called Wood. It's not even subtle.
What does that mean?
It's not even subtle.
What does that mean, though?
The song title is called Wood, and you can look it up.
But what's the wood? I don't get it.
Oh, Michael Mattis is pulling a me, and I love it. That has been Caption That. I love it. I love that he was. Oh, you bring me joy. And now it's time for.
Those were the days.
All right, everyone, taking you back to October 29th, 2011. This is when Nadia Bjorlin ended her second run of 4 years as Chloe Lane. She would later come back in 2013. The reason why I picked this is because this was the beginning of them ending the feud between Chloe and Nicole and starting their inevitable relationship as besties. And after this, if you check out Those Are the Days Extended, I go into sort of their relationship over the years, from hated enemies when they were younger to one of Salem's, probably their best example of friendship over the years in the conflicts they faced. So yeah, go check that out. That was October 29th, 2011, when Nadia Bjorlin ended her second run at Days as Chloe Lane.
What was that date again?
October 29th, 2011.
October? Or did you mean September?
Maybe I meant September. Oops.
Oh.
I was like, we really traveled far for Those Were the Days.
Well, now we're officially in October, so.
Yeah.
But it's not October 3rd today, guys.
I mean, this year, October 3rd meant the last showgirl wearing pink.
What does she mean by wood?
Araceli, would you like to recite some of the lyrics so that Michael Mattis could understand the song Wood? Hold on. While you look that up, bringing us back, that was...
Those were the days.
Thank you. Araceli, is there a line or two that you would like to share from the song?
Oh, fine. Redwood tree, it ain't hard to see. His love was the key that opened my thighs.
Oh, she's talking about his dick.
My mother watches this show, Mike Mattis.
Sorry, Mother Mildred, Mother Mort.
I mean, she does knock on wood. She does
she
knock
knocks
on wood
on it.
too. It's look,
Oh.
you know what a double entendre is. I don't have to explain this to you.
I know, but it's fun.
You know what other double entendre song I love is 3435 by Ariana Grande. That's a good one.
I love how we think we've matured.
Oh, I know I haven't.
Oh.
I'm 45 going on 10. What are you talking about?
Oh my God. You're 45?
I'm 45. Almost 45 and a half.
I'm not the oldest one?
Say what?
I'm not the oldest one.
No, you're not the oldest one. I'm the oldest
Those were the days. Where are we at? Now it's time for
Yeah, me. Yes. And what
is it someone's wood?
No, this week's It's a Gift goes to Miss Paulina Price in probably my reaction to Tony every day.
Actually, I would like to rebuttal and say, Michael Mattis, Q gift. This is how I look at Araceli every day. Huh?
Well, at least we're both fashionable.
And how Justin looks at all of us most of the time. Except when he does the it's like, can we get on with this? I wonder if we should have played that each time for each one of us to guess how each one of us would react to it. That's funny. I think we all have done that look towards each other at some point in time. Like if you replay it
Go back to it. Hang on. Okay.
Michael Mattis is always like, I'm ready to
What's
go.
wood?
Oh. And that was.
Oh, now I gotta go back. Okay.
It's a gift.
And now it's time for.
News and gossip.
I think there's always a part of the show where we just reach a level of delirium where we're like, we've been talking for like 2 hours. And
Yep.
yeah. All right. Let's get into some news and gossip.
All right, we are starting off the celebration of the 60th year of Days. We had Deidre Hall, James Reynolds, and Eric Martov stop by the Today Show this past week to kick off promo, celebrating Day 60th. They talked everything about from their characters. They did a little trivia in what is to come the first week of November that they are heavily stressing everyone tune in for to kick things off. You can check out the interview online. And then continuing with that, Deidre Hall stopped by, sat down with New York Living to talk about her almost 50 years of playing Marlena. She celebrates 50 years next year and why she initially turned down the part. So go check that out online. You can actually check that one out at Deidre Hall's Instagram at Deidre Hall_official.
Apparently, the couch was very firm on that show.
And Deidre Hall was warned about that. But we'll also be sure to do the links again for the interview so that you guys can watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the cast was basically out in full force in New York this week for the Today Show, but also to celebrate the 60 years, which coincides with Days being inducted into the Broadcast Hall of Fame. And if you were on social media, go back over and check to see that the cast was out doing sightseeing, celebrating. They even recreated the iconic Top of the Rock photo atop the Rockefeller Center. So you can see there they had a lot of fun on the red carpet and at the Rockefeller Center. It was a big party. They had a big party weekend. Days is to my knowledge on break. So yes, you're gonna see everybody on vacation. Everybody's having fun. We're celebrating the anniversary. It's a big old party right now.
Yes, and next up, we want to say big congrats to friend of the show, Julie Dove. She will be taking on the role of Annie Wilkes in the stage adaptation of Misery. Her co-star is Mr. Sean Ferris, who many of you know is actually Sherry Jimenez's husband. He's actually co-starring in the James Caan role for the play. Performances are going to be 3 consecutive weekends here at the Moving Arts Theater here in LA in early of next year, end of January, sort of beginning of February there, and tickets go on sale this coming week. Not this week, following week on sale October 13th, and you can get tickets if you are in the area or plan to be in the area during those times at miseryplayla.com.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but it's not till January.
January, February.
Yeah.
Yes, but tickets go on sale soon.
Yeah.
Yes. Next up, we have another anniversary that this is kind of bittersweet. It is officially 1 year since we lost our beloved Drake Hogestyn. He passed away the day before his 70th birthday. And I know many of us were shocked at the time, even though he had been sick for quite some time. And a lot of people have a lot of fans, a lot of his co-stars, his friends has been celebrating their friendship with him, his contribution to life, to the show. He had a beautiful one from his very good friend Stephen Nichols, who are patched to his John. So it's a bittersweet. It's a bittersweet time right now where we're celebrating, we're still mourning, and we miss you, Drake, every day. And next up, Lindsay Arnold celebrated her birthday this past week with a fun-filled theme that left a lot of people confused. So let's clarify this. Lindsay did not get married, but she did celebrate her birthday with a wedding theme.
Runaway bride theme.
A runaway bride theme. So it was very, sometimes you just want to dress up. And so her BFF and her roommate, Raven Bowens, was on hand to celebrate. And so you could check out those photos at her social media at Lynn's Bleep Bloop on Instagram.
I'm sorry, what?
Lynn's Bleep Bloop. Yes, that's her Instagram handle. She looks so pretty. And sometimes you just want to dress up as a bride.
You know what? Honestly, secretly, you know what I've always wanted to do?
Mm.
Go to a bridal store and try on dresses.
I'll go with you.
It's
That'd
not
be so much
like
fun.
I'm not gonna try on the. I'm gonna be the support. I'm gonna be like the bridesmaid, just drinking the champagne and being like, "Oh, you look so beautiful."
and I can verify it's like they're not going to verify that you're actually getting married. They're not going to kick you out. Go do it if you want to have fun.
I would I don't want to like waste their time, but I think I would find like 3 dresses and try them on just for fun.
Mm-hmm. It's fun. It's fun to get dressed up.
I agreed. Next.
All right. And going into our other big celebration, we have an official countdown. Are we officially 2 weeks? 2 weeks or 3 weeks?
Less than 2 weeks. We're officially
less than 2 weeks. We are officially less than 2 weeks out, people, from the Daytime Emmys. And this year they have got a plethora of presenters this year. And from Days, our very own Deidre Hall, Dan Fiergel, and Sherry Jimenez will be on hand as presenters. The ceremony will take place Friday, October 17th. You will be able to stream it. Watch.theemmys.tv. I believe there are still tickets available if you're in the area. They are actually selling tickets to the public to go to the ceremony. So if you're in town, if you want to go, I believe there's still tickets available for you. This place that will take place at the Pasadena Civic Auditorium, I believe. So it's a very nice venue, lots of room. It's going to be a fun time.
And tickets are available at Ticketmaster.com.
Yes.
$75.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know if they $75 still.
Oh, you don't think so?
I think they might have gone up a little bit. But
if you've
good.
ever wanted to, yes, but still good for an awards show. If you want to go, it's a fun time.
Yeah,
yes.
I'm looking up tickets now.
So 98.75 with taxes and fees.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the 75 too. That's how much you're paying at Ticketmaster for $75. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
and there's still plenty of tickets left.
Still plenty available.
Yes, yes. So please come get dressed up. It's fun to go on a Friday night.
I think it's fun to experience. I remember the year I got to go. Meredith Scott Lynn was like, I have an extra ticket and you're going to be my date. And I was like, okay. So I finished the red carpet and I went in, and that was the year True O'Brien won her Emmy.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a fun time.
Yeah.
If you're close by, I would encourage you to come.
Or even not, just come out to LA.
Yes, just come. It's a fun time. Yes. All right, next, and then finally, due to the 60th anniversary celebrations kicking off, starting this week for the next 6 weeks, Days will honor 6 decades of its history. And if you were paying attention to the Days Instagram this week, you saw that Miss Susan Seaforth Hayes kicked off that coverage by covering the first decade, 1965 to 1975. To hear about the whole first decade of Days, go to @DaysPeacock on their social media.
Yeah. And last but not least, the Day Players have added 2 more shows to their 2026 calendar for January 24th and 25th, Florida and Winter Haven and Dania Beach. Of course, tickets and information, in addition to their rest of 2025 and the other dates they've added for 2026, you can go to thedayplayersbrand.com.
The who? So you don't want to say it. Next time you got to give it to somebody that's going to properly.
I thought you were going to do it. Scream it.
No, you do it.
Would.
You can't just simply say the Day Players. It's not how you say it.
Justin, we got places to be.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my
Next
God.
time
The day players.
Next time Araceli will do it.
Huh? Oh, punish me, why don't you?
Don't threaten him with a good time.
Yeah.
We gotta go. Oh my gosh.
And that was
News and gossip.
now it's time to see what's coming up this week on Peacock's Days of Our Lives.
I haven't watched the promo yet, so this will be fun.
Demara will be returned to my family.
It's all yours, but Titan stays with us.
What are you doing here?
I was in a bad place. It's not who I am anymore.
I'll tell you what's going on. Dad's dating Cat Green.
Everything's ruined. You never want to come back to Salem. The DNA samples didn't match.
No. So that baby from the firehouse, it's definitely not Tate and Sophia's.
The truth, it always comes out in the end.
I'm sorry, but was that a new Thomas?
No, I don't think so.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Demara will be returned to my family.
It's all yours, but Titan stays with us.
What are you doing here?
I was in a bad place. It's not who I am anymore.
I'll tell you what's going on. Dad's dating Cat Green.
Everything's ruined.
Maybe different hair.
Maybe. Oh, yeah, unless the hair's different. It could be a new one.
It sounds like the same kid.
It's the same kid. It's his hair might just be a little longer.
Oh, now that you say it, Tony, it might be a new one.
Chat room, is there a new Thomas? They'll know. The new Thomas.
We'll
Jen
see
says
next week.
Carrie. It was Carrie.
We shall see next week because I swear that was not.
I think
Carrie
he just.
Christopher.
I think his
Wait,
hair
I
was.
will-
He might hit a growth spurt too in between scenes, or last time he was on.
Well, we'll see.
Hmm.
Because I think I'm right. As usual.
You always think you're right.
Duh. Would. All right, y'all. Well, that was this week's episode of Dishin Days. We thank you guys so much for sticking around on our fun, full of laughs show. But before we head out, Michael Mattis, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram and X at MLMattis and at MLM Images LA.
Nailed it.
Would.
The ever so fun Justin Lee Hareld.
Find me on Instagram at Justin Lee Hareld.
I can tell you where you can't find what you can't find on Instagram with Justin Lee Hareld. I'm saying the day players. Araceli, where can they find your wood?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Tia323 Araceli.
The Last Show Girl.
Hmm.
And you can find me on all social media platforms at Lounging with Tony, or you can find us at Dishin Days Show on Facebook and Dishin Days on Instagram, Twitter, X, and Threads. We thank you guys so much for joining us, as you do every Sunday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be back next Sunday to give you another full dish of this coming week's episodes of Peacock's exclusive #1 award-winning hit soap opera, Days of Our Lives. Until then, have a wonderful, safe week. Enjoy yourself. And next week, we'll find out if that was, in fact, a new Thomas. Goodbye, everybody.